The bushfire crisis in New South Wales has killed 3 people. Authorities also have concerns for another person missing. 63-year-old Robert Solway and his 29-year-old son Patrick were killed defending their family property near Cobargo.
We have confirmed overnight that we've identified 3 people having lost their lives as a result of these fires, and another person we still have grave concerns for, and limited access to the remote area to try and identify and confirm one way or the other the status of that person.
A number of homes, schools and other community buildings have been damaged or destroyed. And our crew on the New South Wales South Coast has just been allowed access into the town of Quaama. A number of homes have been destroyed there. Our reporter Trudy McIntosh with this report.
We're here in the small town of Quaama on the New South Wales South Coast. We're about 20 minutes north of Bega, and you look around, the fire that came through here yesterday has ravaged many parts of this town. As you can see behind me, the fences here remaining, this house has managed to be saved. But if we come around here and see the scenes of destruction, this has been such a terrifying blaze for so many people in this small town on the New South Wales South Coast. This ute here completely burnt out by the ferocity of this fire. Further in, you can see this house didn't stand a chance. It has been completely burnt. Another one also burnt further down that way. If you come around here as well, you see another property has also been destroyed. The roof of this house collapsing on top of it. Almost nothing remains inside for the people who have simply lost everything due to the fires here in Quaama. Down the road in this small village, while some houses have been saved here, others have simply been destroyed. Up the road north in Cobargo, at least 2 people were killed in a fire there. They stayed to try and defend their property but sadly lost their life because of the ferocity of those bushfires. It now turns to a matter of rebuilding in a town like this. The power is not back on for now. The communication into a place like this also has been hampered. There isn't any internet connection. The phone signal is working for now, but it may take a fair while for this town to rebuild.
Conditions have eased across New South Wales, but firefighters remain on high alert ahead of potentially catastrophic conditions this weekend. Rochelle Murdoch joins us from the RFS headquarters in Sydney. Rochelle, crews are still counting the cost of yesterday's bushfire emergency.
That's right, Annalise. There were early reports that dozens of homes and businesses were destroyed when 8 bushfires escalated to emergency level in that South Coast southern region yesterday. But now we're being told to expect many more, including schools and community buildings, to be lost. Impact assessment crews are being deployed to the affected firegrounds, but in many cases it's just too dangerous for them to gauge the full extent of the damage. We saw the perfect example of this yesterday when New South Wales Fire and Rescue tweeted out a video showing one of their crews becoming overcome by a firestorm near Nowra. They were forced to shelter in their cab and put up blankets against the windows to shield them in case they cracked under the heat of that fire. Now, they were forced to leave on foot because their trucks were incapacitated, but fortunately the crews were assessed and there were no serious injuries. Conditions have eased across New South Wales thanks to a southerly change that's moving across the state. But they are expected to pick up again at the weekend. The RFS is waiting on a final forecast from the Weather Bureau, but they've already been told to expect conditions to be just as bad, if not worse, than yesterday. RFS Commissioner Shane Fitzsimmons has told residents living in affected areas anyone thinking about staying to defend their property should do so carefully.
The decision to determine whether you're going to stay and defend your property is a very personal one. Anyone that tells you it's not a frightening and confronting experience is rubbish. Fire very quickly turns day to night. Your visibility is dropped enormously. The noise is horrendous. The smoke that gets in your eyes and in your lungs, it's a very, very confronting and difficult situation. So when people say, I'm just going to stay and defend, it needs to be a very carefully considered decision, a decision taken with family and loved ones about your level of personal preparedness and capacity, but most importantly, the defendability of your home.
We have more than 100 fires burning across the state. About half are out of control. 7 are at watch and act level, but thankfully none are at that emergency level. Premier Gladys Berejiklian also said crews are doing everything they can today to strengthen containment lines ahead of that danger day on Saturday.
We are assuming that on Saturday weather conditions will be at least as bad as what they were yesterday, and that's something all of us have to brace ourselves for. All of our people on the ground, thousands of them, are taking advantage of the milder conditions to make us as well prepared as possible for Saturday when any of these fire fronts can again exacerbate and cause damage.
We've also heard that a record number of emergency calls have been made to New South Wales Fire and Rescue. 4,000 people called that 000 emergency centre yesterday, but we're being told many of them weren't in immediate danger. Residents are reminded to only call that line if they can see fire or smoke, and if it appears that no RFS or fire and rescue truck is currently on scene. Annalise?